again. First off, I just want to say sorry for the glare on the screen. This is the best lighting I had in the house considering how dark and gloomy it out is today. So for this post, I saw that we were supposed to talk about the person, family's environment, and how it can affect someone's well-being, meaning their physical, their intellectual, emotional, and mental. I honestly think it depends on the person and the situation they're in, just their mentality. So I think it affects everyone differently. Where I live, someone might go nuts. I do think there's a couple of factors that, depending on how it is for them. So like for one, I think, the environment can influence someone's mood. And they can influence the mood like if how the lighting is in the house, even if it's dark or light, and that could go into like city life or rural country life. If it's crowded cities versus the open country, some people like having people around them, surrounding them, and then some people like me, they like the quiet, they like their alone time, they like their space. But some people don't like their space, so I think they're one at the end, and I think it does depend on that person. And I think it depends on the company you have around, meaning if you have animals, too many animals, not enough animals, and if you have good people around you for your healthy environment or negative people, I do think that affects you. Hopefully, I think everybody, it's hard sometimes to figure out for a while maybe what is healthy company and what isn't healthy company, but I do think that can definitely affect someone's mood. I think an environment can impact behavior and the motivation that they have to do their daily living, like going to work or just doing chores around the house. If you walk into a messy environment, like a messy house, is going to affect you and how you deal with the day. If I have a messy house, I'm probably going to throw something around the house. I mean, you can see here in the background, that's driving me nuts right now, but it's kind of been hectic right now, so I'm unorganized, and it is messing with me personally. So I know once I clean that up, I will be happier. That messiness, it kind of goes in with your environment, and it messes with your mood, like I said before, and it affects your well-being because it puts a damper on my mood, and it kind of makes your life just all around messy. And if you're in a messy town, like just a dirty town, it's not very clean, or if you're in the cities and you're on a bad street, that's going to mess with you. And I do think it messes with someone's emotions and their mental well-being. It can bring in interactions, or it could discourage interactions with your family and friends. For example, with family, friends, and events, if you have a messy house, or if you're in a certain environment in the city or in a rural country, let's say you're in the country but you just have trash everywhere because it is so open, it's easy to let that happen. Family and friends aren't going to want to come to you as much if you have a very open, wide, breathable space. But it could be the same for the city. Depending on how it is, they might love that crowded, but it feels crowded, but it feels neat and organized and clean. I do feel like that goes both ways. If you feel like you're in a mess, you're probably not going to want to go out that often. You're going to feel like a homebody. So I do feel like environment does mess with somebody physically also, because it can create and reduce stress both ways. If your environment's a happy environment, you're going to be stress-free, and that's going to increase your longevity. But it can also decrease your longevity and lifespan if you are in a bad environment. Because if you are impacted emotionally, the more stress comes on, that affects your health. And it's obvious because you get depressed, you get anxiety, and that can cause illnesses. People might not think so, but it can. I've seen it in my own family, and it's not a good look. So I do think environment is a very big thing. So when it comes to my own personal background, I grew up in a very good town and a very good home life. I lived in a rural country, Rosedale, if you know where it's at, out in the farming and country, and it was really good for me personally. But you might take a city girl or a city boy and they might go nuts because I feel like they have nothing to do. But me personally, it fit me very well. Which just means that I grew up liking peace and, sorry, that was my dog. I'm very sorry about that. But I grew up just liking that peace and quiet and alone time. That doesn't mean that I didn't go out and have friends and family, but I needed that peace sometimes. So that environment was perfect for me. Now, growing up that environment, it did affect me when I came to college. Even though ISU is a huge, it is different than my little 80-person graduation that I graduated from Riverton Park, and that's what it was. But I still feel like it affected me in a very good way, personally and professionally, because I'm very open, and I understand the rural country, and my environment was very good, but I can see why it'd be bad for people. So that is my background. Thank you.